You can mute yourself. Oh, like you probably need to mute yourself. Welcome everyone to Emmanuel College Wednesday gathering. My name is Varut and I'm one of the students in the spiritual life team. There were many things that happened in this past week and many occasions to celebrate or commemorate. Whether it is the Mid-Autumn Festival, Sukkot, or the anniversary of the October 7th attacks. We acknowledge many different feelings you might come in today and welcome all to participate or refrain from participation as you are comfortable. Your presence here is always appreciated. As we're heading towards the Thanksgiving weekend, we are thankful to have Dr. Kenpo Kunga Sharap here with us as we explore the themes of offering and receiving. Since this is a Buddhist-focused gathering, we are trying to create an atmosphere here that would be closer to what you might encounter at a Buddhist temple. For example, you might notice the aroma of an incense. If this makes you uncomfortable, feel free to step outside and join us on Zoom, and feel free to come back when you are ready. There won't be any music today, and we would like to ask you to refrain from applauding as it is not the norm of the Buddhist tradition. Wednesday gatherings at Emmanuel are always also spaces of learning and spiritual leadership formation, which require some experimentation and risk-taking. We invite an attitude of generosity on the part of all and celebrate what may feel like failures as well as successes. If you have any questions, feedback, or concerns during or after the gathering, please feel free to connect with our Professor Wing Yi, our TA Victor, and any members of the spiritual life team here. We would love to hear from you. Thank you again for joining us as we learn, explore, and experience the sacred together. And now I would like to invite Mutarem to deliver the land acknowledgement.
Acknowledgement of traditional land. As we gather together, we acknowledge and respect this sacred land on which Victoria University operates. It has been a site of the human activity for thousands of years. This land is the territory of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Misaga of the Credit. The territory was the subject of the dish with one spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, an agreement between the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe nations to peaceably share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. Today, Toronto is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we are acknowledged among all beings and with this land. God intentionally created human diversity so that people of different traditions could learn from one another, live in mutual respect, and grow together in understanding and peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Muktarim. I would like to introduce Khenpo Kunga. Dr. Khenpo Kunga Sharab was born in Lokha, Tibet, and is a monastic scholar and teacher. He's the author of several studies in Tibetan on Abhidharma and the Middle Way philosophy. Khenpo has taught Buddhist meditation and philosophy in diverse settings, from traditional Tibetan monastic colleges to interfaith institutes, in Dharma centers across North America and Asia, and in university classrooms, and here. He received the advanced title of Khenpo, which is equivalent to abbot, in 2005, and that was a culmination of more than 20 years of experience studying and teaching at the Dzangsar Institute for Advanced Studies of Buddhist Philosophy and Research in India. He's also received his PhD from the University of Toronto in 2017. Since then, he has served as a Buddhist chaplain in 4 major prisons in southwestern Ontario. Khenpo was appointed as president of Sakya Chekarling last year by His Holiness the Sakya Gonma. And since then, they have been able to purchase a property which they are developing into a Dharma center for Southern Ontario. It's currently under renovation, and they're hoping to hold an official opening next year. In 2022, Khenpo wrote an article in which he shares ways that he has adapted Tibetan mind training techniques to support mental health in prison chaplaincy. So blending secular models of mental health and Tibetan mind training. And he has provided a link to that paper. It's also available here through the QR code if anyone would like to read that. And I'd like to invite you to begin. Thank you.
Is it this one? Is it 3? Is it 3?
Thanks so much, and good afternoon, everyone. And so I'm happy to see some of I already know, and some of the new. And I'm happy to share sort of some of my, I don't know, call experience or knowledge, or what to call. And usually when I give this kind of teaching or thing, I make a PowerPoint and organizing everything. But since ChatGPT came, so I feel like this kind of doing is useless. Because like if you put ChatGPT like mind training or, can you hear? Yeah. Yeah, ChatGPT, or if you like ask mind training or mindfulness presenting for half an hour, 20 minutes, they make everything organized for you. So here I'm trying to do something you cannot find from online, something ChatGPT cannot do it. This, I really, when I'm teaching, I try to keep feeling people and try to mentally connect it with someone. So that's, I find it's really, really important. And so general knowledge and sort of spiritual knowledge different. And general knowledge, if you research about the water, you know all about the water, that's enough. In terms of spiritual, if it's not drink, still you're thirsty. So it's like knowing is maybe if you know 50% of knowledge and 25% of you have a feeling or practice, then it's useful. Otherwise, you know all about medicine, you don't take the medicine, still you're sick. You know all about the water, but you don't know anything about water, still you're thirsty. And I've experienced teaching like mind training, mindfulness, meditation, whatever it's called, probably more than 10 years in the prison especially, because I love to teach in prison, because those people really need it. So it's, when I teach, they are always using like a special, this text, they call mind training. It's like a Tibetan, we have such a rich tradition and culture about mind training. So it's like, of course, there are many different ways to teach mind training. I make a little bit from this text, take a way of my doing this thing. One thing is like, I usually say this thing, the Buddhist practice of mind training teaches how to cultivate a healthy and strong mind. So that's, from this text, most important point take it out teaching to the inmate. I mean is that, like, for example, saying, right now, somebody hit my hand, it's not painful because they're not injuring, not burn anything, right? If I broke my arm or burned by fire, somebody touch even small thing, it's really painful. That means not people's action, your own condition. Your own condition is healthy, strong, other people's action won't bother. Your own mental condition weak, and then other people's whatever use small language make really upset. So there's a mind training, how to make strong your own mind. So that's where a lot of things exercise I'm teaching is all the time. And I want to say that because of the teaching really improve a lot. It's a wonderful result. I just teaching in the different prison. And many of inmates told me that if I know before I went to prison, I've never been in prison for sure. And even though some of them said that after they're released from prison, they want to become Buddhist monk. This kind I heard a lot. Even the 5 of them, they want to go to Buddhist monastery. So my mission is go there, somebody become monk, not. Somebody convert religion, not. That's my idea. My idea is something make their minds more healthy, strong. That's I really lots of emphasize. So I'm just here a little bit kind of key point. And second thing I want to usually say in this thing, mind training teaches how to keep our difficulty situation in the right place. So that's usually I'm trying. For example, if a small piece of grass, you put in your eyes, you can handle, it's so difficult, just like, I want to take away, feel so uncomfortable, whatever. But take out this grass, put in your hand, feel nothing. Grass with you still, because you put the right position, right place, it doesn't bother. There's a mind training. We're facing so many difficult situations, believe it or not, doesn't matter. Any environment, any situation, they have a problem. Buddhism calls this samsara. If you no problem, no difficulty, you're not samsara. So that's a mind training, even though some problem, holding the center of your heart. Put different side of your situation. things that the situation, if difficult situation, if you hold in center of your heart, always make it so difficult. You know, just think that like same thing. Today you're facing some difficult situation. You thought this is end of my world, end of my life. After 1 week, 1 month pass, oh, that's nothing. You know why? First, you're having difficulty, you put here, center of your heart. So that's what drive you really crazy. After 1 week, 1 month pass, it doesn't bother that much. You get no putting here, put different thing. So that's what mind training teaches us how to put difficulty inside of your mental thing. That's I also focus lost from this text coming. And third one, mind training teaches how to make our mind more open and spacious. So that's I also emphasize a lot. I think I will write this article. You know, here you can see so many table and chair, right? Here still we have a space. You don't feel overwhelmed. Why? Because this room is big. If this old chair bring your own bedroom, you feel overwhelmed. I cannot move, you know. Reality in big room, small room, number of chair, size of chair, exactly the same. Only difference is one room is bigger, other room is smaller. Similar thing, two people facing same difficult situation. One people's mind is spacious big, it didn't bother that much. Other mind's very narrow, you feel like you cannot handle it. So that's the mind training really teaches how to make your mind more spacious. So usually I'm saying this thing, as a chaplain, we cannot change the situation. You know, people have some difficulty. For example, like a couple months ago, my cousin passed away. I love him so much. I can practice, I can mind training, I can meditation, no matter what, I can bring back my cousin, bring back. But through practice, I can do different things. So that's why, you know, as a chaplain, we try not to change the situation, but we how to handle the situation differently. If we handle the situation correctly, always same as change the situation. So that's why in teaching us mind training, how to teach us how to make our mind spacious, open. That's also I'm focusing. Sorry. And I think fourth one, mind training provides healthy, nourishing food for our mind. So that's, I usually emphasize a lot this in prison. Then it's like sometimes in the West, you know, our something, people can see something, always will find the negative side. That's we have a habit. You know, just like if somebody there, maybe this person, 85% is good quality, rest of the bad quality. We completely forget the good quality, focus on bad quality. I tell you one thing, I have a friend, every year we go to cottage. Whenever I go to cottage, he right away find out the negative side of the cottage. This is not on all the time. One time his wife told me, he always he drive me crazy. Then I was there. I said, this time I feel like I want to do a different thing. As soon as I arrived at the cottage, he said, look at this bathroom, very dark. I say, yeah, because it's very cold, not hot. Because like a, you know, tree shadow, it's not hot. Although it's sunny, really hot, right? Then he said, look at this kitchen, very small, narrow. I said, yeah, that's true, really easy to clean. Big one, very difficult to clean. We talk a lot of different things. After 2 days, he kind of find out, wait a minute. He tried to give me sort of some lesson here. I said, I'm not ready to give a lesson. Because whatever point out is true. And also whatever point up, also true. But result is different. So what I'm saying is the thing is from the mind training, we have a negative mind, we have a positive mind. Each mind is different. Negative mind is a negative thing. Positive mind is positive. If we focus only on the negative, our negative mind is stronger. If our negative mind is stronger, our negative mind control our mind, speech, control our body. Then speech is hurting, unpleasant to people, and bodily possible harm other people. If our positive mind is stronger, and opposite. So therefore, you know, it's in Canada, First Nation, their story. And a small boy asked grandpa, I have two dogs. One is a good dog, one is a bad dog. But bad dog is very strong. I don't know what I should do. Grandfather said, that's really easy. You should feed more to the good dog, feed less to the bad dog. And then automatically, your good dog becomes stronger. A bad dog is less strong. He do that, eventually his good dog becomes stronger. Same thing, we have a negative mind, we have a positive mind. Negative mind eating negative thing, positive mind eating positive. So that's why when you're looking for a situation, I always tell prisoner, even though he said on a difficult situation, you can give me one situation, they're only negative. No exists. Every situation, they have a positive, they have a negative. If you focus on positive, once, by the way, somebody happy, that time they focus on positive. Someone unhappy, they focus on negative. Someone happy, they focus on something you have on. When unhappy, focus on something missing. So technically, if you're healthy, the 100% was a reason to be happy. You know, in Tibet, they have a small joke. One man said, I'm really poor. Other man said, you're not poor, you're rich. He said, no, I'm really poor. This man said, okay, give me both of your eyes, I can give you $2 million. They said, no. Okay, give me both your hand, arm, I can give you $1 million. I said, no. Give me your both leg, I can give you $1 million. No. See, you already have a $4 million. Right? So thing is that just think about it. If you just like, become blind, after 1 year, somebody asks, what do you want? You say, nothing, I want my eyes back. That I appreciate. And also you sick for 1 month, really sick. After sick, you fully recover. For a few days, you're so happy. Why? You focus on your healthy, good thing. After a few days, forget it. Again, whatever missing part, chasing. So that's why, just like Buddhism saying, we sort of focus on something positive. That's we always doing this thing, and mind training can find this thing. Since we don't have time, I can just give one thing. So mind training provide shelter for our mind. That's I just a little bit talk. In the West, especially the West, we saw knowledge about physical thing, how to protect ourselves. As Canada, in the summer we have a house, air condition, even the house we have insulation, whatever so-called. Outside raining, snowing, winding, doesn't matter. We stay inside so comfortably. This is why? Because we know how to protect our body. But mentally, we are still naked. People outside see one thing, another thing, people's action make us up, down, happy, unhappy. So that's why I told a story. When I was alive, I grew up among one to beg for the food. Then one day they went to village, and people criticize, insult them. And the monk is unhappy, come back to see Buddha. Buddha said, what's wrong? He said, well, we want to village, people insult us, criticize us, that's why we're not happy. Buddha said, okay, if those people give you really good food, will come to you, does it make you happy? They say, yeah, it makes you really happy. Buddha said, in that case, you put source of your happiness in somebody else's hand. Other people, whatever, doing this thing. So that's what I'm saying, mentally, we are negative. So that's why we try to shield for protect our mind. And by the way, mind training is like a event itself, physical training. You never train physical run half an hour, forget it, 10 minutes. So it's exhausting, right? But you're training your mind continually, eventually you can run the marathon. That's the power of physical training. Same thing, mind training. If you know mind training, our mind is so sensitive. Small thing, different thing. If through the mind training, eventually my own life, I know so many people. When they first came to the monastery, they're really easy to upset. And then monastery, we just like mind training, same time, we really teach this person a lot. If somebody like upset with it, worry about fat, we name him fat. And just everything somebody did worry about that, he said black, we call him black, Mahakala, using different name. I don't know, somehow after 4, 5, 6 years past, we turn this person like a chair. Whatever I say, things doesn't bother that much. That's what we're doing a lot. So I noticed that mind training is so powerful. So especially this kind of society, our society, and our society, people are so sensitive, really, really sensitive, everything. So that's what, mind training, one thing usually think they call maybe mind only school. So mind training say everything mind projection. I usually tell people, like for example, 1 year old baby, they cannot speak language. If 1 year old baby calling from your name, say F language to you, you upset? No, you're laughing. So cute, right? And people your age calling from your name, call F language, you're so upset. You know why? Language is same. We the one giving power to language. Language doesn't have power. Buddhist mind training says nothing truly existent. Everything our mind projection. Like I'm saying this, you're watching movie. Something really love the movie, 2 hours feel 5 minutes. You hate this movie, but you have to watch, 2 hours feel so long, right? So same thing food. If you really love the food, big portion, nothing. You hate this food, your grandma forced to eat it, no waste it, even small cup, a lot. And the same thing, timing. You just like, you're waiting for someone, half an hour feels so long, right? I wait for half an hour. If you're doing something fun, half an hour, like that. So that's the timing, good and bad, everything really mind projection. Our minds are key to working. So that's our mind. This text, I really say somebody follow the Buddha or not, doesn't matter. Somebody follow the religion or not, doesn't matter. From this text, usually I'm tech or something not that much related to religion information, I teach in prisoner. That's really love. There's a person who really love. And Tibetan, we have such a tradition, culture of mind training. So that's I usually teaching. How about my time? You want to do a little bit meditation or? I can show you your time, right? And so, yeah, so teaching pretty much, I think that's all. Today I kind of give him kind of Wikipedia source, we can get it. So I cannot go detailed 20 minutes, right? So in one thing, I usually teach in the prison a little bit breathing technique. I think Professor Henry, no, just one time we did his class, we a little bit. So that's really helpful. It's like in Tibetan monastery, we already call meditation. We call, prepare for the meditation. You go to the fitness center, no, right, I will do this thing, right? First, whatever, just stretch out this thing. So that's kind of thing still really helpful. And even the lots of prisoners told me this so helpful, especially sometimes they're very stressful and come back, he doing this exercise really helpful. I just like teaching different people, you can do this thing. So your hand, I think some of them know, finger here, hold, and here press. And this one, same this thing, here. You can do this thing. Inhale, and same thing for here. One. You can do this 7 times. Then we can switch this from here. Inhale from right nostril. You get this 7 times. Then both hands press here. So this kind of is like I really, even though you don't know anything about meditation, I really encourage people to do this thing. And some people thought even though your mind's very nervous or really anxious and really angry, lots of difficulty, is so helpful. You seeing this in, and Buddha said that our mind is rider of the horse. Our breath is like a horse. Maybe this person is very skillful. You cannot control the person. You try to control the horse. At the same time, you control the person. You know, even though just like nothing about religion, even some people say, go fitness center, breathe. Go interview, breathe. You remember just maybe some of you know the soccer, and just like I love to watch soccer. I think they call Cristiano Ronaldo. Whenever he got his penalty kick, always breathe loudly because things like his mind's more relaxed. So that's I really like encourage doing this thing. Maybe just like times here, right? Yes, yeah. And you have a question and answer time? Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Kempo. Would you please speak to the Lojong practice of taking all obstacles onto the path?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, taking like this obstacle, the path is like. Thank you for questioning. A few different things. You know, it's obstacle. How you look. If you look obstacle as the obstacle, yes, then difficult. If you look obstacle as an opportunity, then didn't bother that much. So mind training, when you look into obstacle, for example, as a Buddhist practitioner, sometimes people little bit suffering. I think that I keep one thing, like, okay, I'm Buddhist, somebody criticize me, insult me, and they think, okay, because of this, criticize me, they insult me, this person give me opportunity to practice the patience. Patience is the key to remove my negative karma. So think this way, even though there's obstacle just like become your path. And same thing, when you're suffering, and something with suffering, okay, because of this suffering and purify my negative karma. Think this way, this sort of thing, and really is a become path. So that's kind of Buddhist mind training so helpful. Yeah, we have many different way of thinking. Even though I'm teaching mind training not only to the people, my personal life, I really practice a lot mind training. Whenever I find some difficulty, I really think about mind training is really, really hard, really works. You should try because things like we cannot change the situation outside. Buddha said we cannot make everyone loves you. No, but you can love everyone. That's you can do. Sure. Any question? Yes.
I'm wondering about in our mind training when emotions come up and what we do with our emotions if they're difficult emotions. Sometimes they can feel really powerful. And I'm wondering what your response or how you deal with those.
Yeah, what kind of emotion?
Like maybe some intense sadness or intense fear or something like this.
Yes, I think thank you. That's a good question. And usually things that even not regularly this kind of thinking mind training, suddenly this kind of come, it's very difficult. So that's why, when your mind is still, just like sometimes things like maybe this not beautiful example. Some Tibets, some people never think about toilet. One time they worry, where's toilet? Where's toilet? That's maybe it's difficult, right? Same thing. Usually saying like mind training is like always try to thinking, and also like if your mind's getting habit, just like even small difficult situation, if you think different positive, and even the sadness, like for example saying, sometimes we say like sadness like it's transformed to the positive energy, for example. And just like, okay, like if my cousin passed away, and that's sad, right? I'm thinking, okay, because he's passed away, no, just remind me, okay, everything is impermanent. He showed me everything impermanent. So I don't know, I'm today here, maybe I'm gone tomorrow, I'm gone next week. So think this way, and I practice more. So then I'm more sort of staying present. So otherwise, it's just like our body is present, our mind is either past or in the future. So just you have a $10, you not enjoy $10, you worry tomorrow. Maybe even you cannot use $1, tomorrow you're gone. So that's the thing, people not enjoy what they have on, really yawning something you don't have on. So that's kind of thing, mind training. Yes, usually you don't have a mind training, and then suddenly this is quite difficult. But just like in different situation, we have a different thing. Like for example, something really anxious, sometimes you say, you trust yourself. And sometimes think like, okay, this is like a temporary. Today is very dark, tomorrow it's sunny. It's not dark forever. Today it's raining, for sure tomorrow sunny. You have to think this way. If most everybody think like, okay, I'm healthy, as long as I'm healthy, I'm alive, everything okay. So that's the thing, try to think different way. And Buddhism, like for us, is thinking about karma. It's, it's my father, he's clothes designer. He's making lots of different design clothes. At the one time, I think he lost 40,000 renminbi, long time ago. That's lots of money. My sister told me that. I said, call him, how I think? He said, I think my previous life, I stole so much money, I lost money this life. He not sad at all. I think like, true or not true, doesn't matter. He lose only his money, he didn't lose his happiness. Otherwise, not only you lose your money, but also you lose happiness, right? And so that's sometimes I'm thinking in Tibet we have such a this kind of tradition, even the people don't believe any religion, sort of this philosophy or mind training really is in part of our culture. And I don't know, true or not true, it doesn't matter. So, somebody told me, I don't remember his name, one French philosopher said that. I disagree. He said that people are happy for 4 reasons. I mean, something I think is true. You have to be healthy. If you're not healthy, you're not happy. Second one, and you have whatever something needed. Yeah, that's true. He said, third one, you have to be selfish. Fourth one, you have ignorance. He said, if you're not selfish, you see the people's difficulty, feel sad. You're not ignorance, this person destroyed the environment, these people doing this thing, you know lots of things, you're not happy. I mean, English, the expression, what about like blessed is happy, I don't know what to call. Ignorant is blessed, right? That's kind of talking this thing, right? But Buddhism is saying that knowledge, wisdom is completely different. So somebody say, what does enlightenment mean? Enlightenment means somebody achieve highest level of wisdom, that's all. Just like enlightenment, not somebody showing the light behind you or magical power, no. If this kind of thing, I don't care. Just like wisdom without compassion brings suffering. Same thing, Buddha said that there's 6 parameters, first 5 parameters, without wisdom, blind. Not using wisdom, somebody said, can you give me a gun? This person drive me crazy. Oh yeah, great, I give a gun generosity, practice. This person kill other people, kill themselves, right? So that's why everything, Buddhism says, wisdom is the key for everything. Wisdom is to solve all your problems. I told one example, just like anger. I lose my glass. I thought, oh, maybe you stole my glass, I'm really angry. Suddenly I find my glass under my bed. This wisdom, I'm not angry. In my dream, somebody tried to kill me. Oh, so scary. When I wake up, oh, this just dream. This wisdom, I'm not scared. So wisdom is like everything. When I was a child, near the beach, we're playing whatever castle, we make a lot of things. We feel like this is really palace, everything. Somebody smash it, cry. When I grow up, the wisdom not really palace, it's not sadness. Anyway, that's talking.
I wonder that, do you consider about how much you eat and sleep in your daily life, the training?
Myself, right? So put this way, I'm the great practitioner. I'm not great practitioner. So I'm not an example of something practitioner. But just like, put this way, I usually go to bed almost every night, 11 o'clock. I wake up 5 in the morning. That's my everyday doing. Yeah. So that's like, because this works for my body. And then just like, I know somehow I love to do, I'm a morning person. I do the morning meditation. Nighttime, my mind is very sleepy. So that's I do morning. It's like a 5 o'clock and just like a shower, whatever this thing, I do the meditation practice, this sort of thing. This really works for me. So, and some great practitioner go to bed 8 something, wake up 2 in the morning. And I noticed in Tibet, some really wanted practitioner never sleep, right? That's like never sleep. But things that those people not sleep, then do meditation. Meditation gives same energy, same rest as sleeping. So that's some give up the bed. Some practitioner you cannot find the bed. Maybe you already know that. There's like just special cushion, sit on there. That's how I noticed that. But those different. I'm not like this kind of person. Maybe next life.
I'm interested in prison chaplaincy, and I'm curious, do you ever face like hesitation, or do you ever have trouble convincing folks that mind training can help them? Or do you ever have the encounter with folks who might think of something as like a breathing technique might not be able to solve the problems that they're facing? I think there's a kind of culture in corrections of a kind of macho-ness. Do you ever find that, and how do you sort of face that?
Yes, it's like as a Buddhist chaplain, sometimes I would teach mind training doesn't work as a prisoner. So but this mind training is such a rich, there are 100 different things, and somehow some technique work. Sometimes, like for example, saying even the prisoner, I just teach thing, give them homework, and practicing. Next day they come up, it doesn't work. They told me. They're honest, right? Then I say, okay, how about try this one, try different thing. Sometimes, oh, this works. That's the thing. Yes, mind training, and also same thing like saying when I'm teaching this sort of thing, I'm just like a basilisk in the prison. I don't know anybody's life in prison. Even though I have access to everybody's life, I'm teaching 4 different prisons. I don't know anybody's life. I'm sure they did something wrong. That's all I know. Because things like, I have a still biased mind. If someone like, that's raped for 10 years old girl, this sort of thing, it's very difficult, equal compassion for this person. I know my own mind. So that's why I never watch look anyone's life. But just like from time to time they share the difficulty, but sometimes, and so I'm listening. And also like as a chaplain, listening is so important. And especially men, we not try to fix a problem. Men love to try to fix a problem, we cannot. So that's the thing, we just quite arrogant. Their problem, we have a solution. No, lots of times no solution. We have to listen carefully, compassion. And even sometimes you can teach anything. Just listening itself, those people feel like a release. That's so important. And sometimes, and before, like some people love to share, like for them saying, we teach, last month, this kind of practice. Is anything useful you practice, please share. Some people say, okay, this thing, I do this thing sharing. Like for example, one time I teach, they call forgiveness. I just usually saying these people, okay, you go to work, you have a dirt in your face and t-shirt, whatever, come home, you shower everything, so like fresh. But outside difficulty, mentally angry, you hold as a jewel, right? I say we have to clear this thing. Physically, if something dirt, you have to clear, feel fresh. So mentally, something difficulty, clear, feel fresh. How forgiveness. We teach a lot of forgiveness. One person told me that somebody stabbed him for a couple of years ago. He's so angry, this person. After this took with his class, he said he sincerely forgive this person. And then after I forgive this person cried. He said, that time I know how much the anger, which is weight. If you ever feel like I'm carrying the 10 kilo all the time, the day I forgive this person, I feel like all gone. All inmates say his face was different. So sometimes we teaching, right, how to forgiveness power, this sort of thing. Yes, like I say, as a chaplain teach many years, sometimes our techniques work, sometimes not. And this case, sometimes listening. and also use different, they have 100 different methods, this book, yes.
Thank you so much for your wisdom, sharing, for leading us, and for answering all these excellent questions. We have an announcement for next week's gathering. Stephen, do you want to come?
Hello, I'm Stephen Hurley, and on behalf of the Spiritual Life team, I'd like to extend an invitation to next week's gathering. And we are going to be exploring prayerful practices. Now, don't let that freak you out. Okay, you're not going to leave with a library or a handout of prayers from across different traditions, but you may learn something about how the various traditions that are represented here may experience prayer, may engage in prayer, and maybe even some of those daily habits that you have, those daily practices that you have that you might not at this point consider prayerful. How can we bring a sense of prayer to those? We are going to have two special guests, Reverend Tim Kennedy and Imam Yassim Dwyer will be with us, and we'll be engaging in conversation with them about their work in chaplaincy and another chaplain and how prayer fits into that. So welcome next week, and we hope to see you there. Bring a friend.
So our gathering today was themed on generosity and how laying the seeds of kindness yields a harvest that we can all benefit from. And I feel Kenpo's speaking about mind training aligns with this, that where we put our energy, where we put our thinking, our orientation has such an impact. So in the same way that hate, greed, and violence lay toxic seeds that perpetuate cruelty, generosity and compassion lay the seeds of harvest. Robin Wall Kimmerer, who is famous for braiding sweetgrass, has started a new effort, which she calls Plant Baby Plant. I love it. And I would like to invite us all to plant care for each other while we actively strive for just peace. And once we start to disengage here, I would also like to invite everyone to come to the altar and take with them some of the generous offerings, whether that's symbolic or edible. Please help yourselves. So we will dismantle our offering, remembering impermanence and taking some sweetness, some kindness, some beauty with us. Thank you.